normally, I'm not really one for playing modded Minecraft. I like the original game. I just like it how it is. But this one has Steam engines in it. So that's kind of my jam. Let's go. From what I understood from the installation guide, you wear these. Cool. That's very steampunkish. It looks like I've got flowers in my hair. And I use some sort of wrench that is this weird sort of tooly thing that does stuff. Okay, so they've got pistons. Now, I'm assuming by the looks of this, it's driven by gears somehow. I do that. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So you can get conveyor belts in this. Is there a limit to how far I can go with this? Or is it just kind of like a go for your life sort of thing? Okay, it can do horizontal. That is officially really, really cool. There's got to be a better way of driving than this, right? There's got to be something better. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So this is a water wheel. So does that mean? Okay, I'm liking this. Why is it not working? Maybe it's spinning the wrong way. Is direction actually a thing in this? So if I add a here we go. Okay. Quite simple. So all we had to do is add a gearbox. Hang on. If I just keep on adding these poles to this. Yeah, that just keeps on going, eh? Oh man, I could have some fun with this. This is seriously a lot of craziness. Okay, this is definitely a very interesting mod. How do I make it go back the opposite way though? So I'm gonna need to obviously reverse that direction. There's got to be something to reverse a direction. Okay, so if I was to just use a basic lever on this, then that controls the clutching ability. So all I would have to do from here is to add something like a second shaft, then another gearbox, but spinning around in the opposite direction. Okay, so I can why do I keep on doing that? Okay, so I can basically control this using the entire sort of power and unpowering with redstone. Okay, that is pretty cool. Can I speed this up at all? This seems rather slow. Use rotation force to create motion sickness. These are my kind of people. Okay, now all I should have to do is to hit that and it works. Ooh, that is very, very cool. Okay. Wait, what? Is that moving an item? No way. Seriously, you can move item on belts? Okay, now that's a lot easier than hoppers. Anyway, let me try this again. So if I just chuck a whole bunch of this stuff on here. Not that. No, give me that back. The wrench I need. Oh, isn't that wonderful? What? Jesus. It was a ghast. Oh, I'm such a pillock. Oh, the wind was getting the bejesus out of me. So this should just be a matter of somehow it's popped up before. How do I get this to pop up again? Do I have to be over this side or? Ah, there we go. Okay, now it's popped up. If I do that. No, it doesn't like that. How do I fix that? Okay, so you can definitely increase the speed a bit. Jeez. I'm guessing that we've reduced the torque though, right? Ah, right. So I can now attach pumps. Does this pump out water? Like that? Yes, it does. Okay, it pumps out quite a fair amount of water. And then it's kind of stuck there. Okay, we probably need to get rid of the water then. Okay, so I can actually move blocks using this as well. Wonder what happens if I get hit by this. Do I? Okay, don't play with that. Obviously. But we should be able to make a differential using this. Would that see that shaft as being driven by that, which is driven by those, driven by that, which is actually turned by this bearing? Or would it just see it as potentially just been a whole bunch of guff. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of guff. Okay, so differentials like that in a more traditional fashion may not be possible. Can the fan move one of those windmills? That's a good question, actually. That's a really interesting question. So the number of fins that we have on this seems to dictate the speed of it, but it doesn't seem to like the wind. That's probably a good thing, considering the whole conservation of energy sort of problem that you run up against in physics. No, maybe it needs a smaller wheel. So like that. Hey, there we go. Okay, how does this work? Okay, I can select it while I'm holding this. So then I can put that down. Then what I can do is... No. Whoa. Wait a minute. Do I move on this? I do move on this. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, that could have some decent transport potential. Oh, that is pretty cool. Okay, so it's just gonna basically move them from basically the same spot to the same spot, but that's fine. So if we stress test this robot to see how far it does go, it seems happy with that. So if I was to grab this block, let's multiply it again, and if I chuck it here. Oh no, I've got this round the wrong way, haven't I? Okay, I've got this round the wrong way. So those need to be where it's going to pick up from, and these ones are going to be where it actually drops it off from, I think. So if I do that, then it gets to the end, and it will drop it at another one, and it can do that. Okay, it can do one at a time. I think that's probably about the limit of what it can do, and it picks up from that one and that one. Okay, so crisscross pattern, and we can chuck in that there. If I was to chuck in one item, let's get rid of that belt to simplify our life. So that one picks it up and chucks it over there. That one gets to the very end and picks it up from there and chucks it back over those two. Okay, so now we've got two warring robots. Now if I was to put a second item in, then what should happen from here is they're both going to continuously fight over where items are. Functionally, what we've actually made in this case is what would be called a useless machine. Which is quite interesting. It's one of these engineering sort of marvels that you find in the real world, which it doesn't actually accomplish anything at all. Great use of technology for no purpose. Okay, so this is a block that I'm interested in. It calls itself a gear shift. So is this a gearbox or what? I would assume I probably have to power it. Oh, I get it. It inverts the drive. Okay, so basically it's a manual controllable differential. Oh, we can make the pistons better. That's how the pistons are meant to work. Ah, I didn't realize that. Okay, where's the piston? Okay, so now if I push that, the piston works now. That's so much better. Okay, so all that you need is some sort of sensor to know exactly when you want something to move and when you don't want it to move, so that you can basically control the piston and which direction it goes in. That is brilliant. In fact, what can we do with this piston? Okay, this create mod, it's yeah, definitely interesting. So I'm guessing the theory behind this is that if we can link that piston to that shaft over there where it's much quicker, then we should, in theory, be able to drive it much quicker. That's my theory. I like the windmills. I like the windmills a lot. Okay, so if we have a door like that, then we can just activate the redstone behind it, and we get this very smooth, albeit a little bit sort of janky looking. Let me just fix that up. It doesn't look great. Okay, let's Look at it from that perspective now. So that's a door that we have, and just basically flicking that lever is basically a mega-sized door. That is monstrous. That is really, really satisfying. Man, I can't get sick of that. That is so much more nicer. First of all, these guys, they're just a favorite of mine. I love them so much. They're doing nothing of any value whatsoever. They're just wonderful. They're just completely wonderful robots. Surely this stops at some point, right? This just doesn't go on forever, does it? This is nuts. This is just absolute insanity. But it's brilliant insanity. Look at this. You don't even need to row boats anymore. And look at that. It can even take you back as well. Okay, this definitely has a lot of fun potential. Oh, there's so many things that I want to try with this. But I hope you guys had fun tonight, and this is just madness. It's just honest madness. But I like it so much. I've got to play with this more. How have I not played with this? Until the next one, guys, I'll catch you. And my God, this is so good.